with the family stuff. Like, your family's so perfect, your brother's a pervert.
Don't talk to me about the sexual habits of family members. What about your sister?
My sister's been through a lot.
A dick.
So you're telling me that if I buy a house 30 years ago at $50,000, but the city develops really well and now the value of my house is at $2 million, you're telling me that I have to now pay taxes on $2 million, even though I have never seen a dime of that $2 million? I have not sold my house. This is not an investment property. This is where I live, and I chose to live, and I hoped to live for the rest of my life. But now you're telling me that I either have to sell my house or lose my house because I can't afford to pay taxes. And the taxes are probably more than what my mortgage was 30 years ago. You're telling me that if I give this house as an inheritance as a senior to my children and I pass away, they will either have to pay those property taxes for the rest of their lives, or they risk losing the house that I have worked so hard for all this time. Property taxes is a scam. And I understand that it pays for education and it pays for teacher salaries, but I think we need to find another way, because homeowners are losing their homes every single day. If you look in the tax lien website in your state, you're going to see how many people are losing their homes. They probably paid those homes off. They probably have paid the majority of their mortgage, but they can no longer afford to pay taxes. And their mortgages go up. And if they have already paid it, now they have to pay this for the rest of their life. Or they risk losing their home to some investor that is going to buy your house for whatever the tax amount was that you couldn't afford, but they can. We need to start fighting against property taxes. It needs to either be regulated to stop going up as much, or it needs to be stopped altogether. We're paying we're paying enough money for our education. Like, there is a leak somewhere. This is too much. If everybody here owns their home and you don't have enough money to pay for the teachers' salaries and the education, then there's something wrong in the government and we need to fix it.
Property taxes, I personally believe, are a scam. There are some benefits that come from it, but there's a hell of a lot of other shit that we pay for through our property taxes that we can go without paying.
So my wife and I bought our house end of 2024, so we've been here for almost a year and a half. And this has been basically our mortgage payment every month, $37.41.72. And just as like insight into home ownership, our property taxes recently went up, exactly what it was, but yeah, that's our new amount right there, $45.36. So we went up $750 per month.
Ooh,
over $7,000 a year more.
Oh snap! That's probably what's sitting there in his escrow. Yeah, that's his escrow. Principal interest escrow. Man, okay. People love getting these houses, but I keep telling y'all got to pay taxes on this stuff, and then you calculate insurance, and then you calculate the fact that insurance always changes. Taxes always change. Taxes never stay the same. Now, I know some of y'all over there laughing, like, that's why I rent. Why do you think your rent goes up?
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
And then you'll complain, and it's great reaction content for me, because I'm going to talk about it.
George W. Bush, come to the front. Come to the front right now, goddammit. George W. Bush, you raggedy bitch. You are gonna pay for your crimes against humanity. Frankly, I don't think enough people are talking about what the fuck you did.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Because there's no way we should have this many stupid adults. I blame you. I blame you, and goddammit, I want you held accountable, because there's no fucking way we have this many grown-up morons. See, No Child Left Behind, it sounded good on paper, but here's the issue. When you hand kids passing grades that they did not earn, it creates a false sense of self and a false sense of confidence without the knowledge to back it up. And that's what we have. That's why we have so many uneducated, uninformed adults that are willing to argue you down with their whole chest, loud and wrong, because of you and that bullshit you pulled. I swear to God, I want you held accountable. Why is nobody talking about that? And why are the rest of us having to fucking pay for it? These bitches can't read. They can't read. They can't fucking read, George. Was that your goal with that bullshit? Because that's what we got. I'm out here fighting for my life, trying to educate people, and I cannot get past the fucking 5th grade level. You're gonna have to see me. You're gonna have to see me for sure, because the shit you did 20 fucking years ago is making my life so fucking hard.
You stop paying your rent.
You know, I didn't realize how much these kids going through school. These are the funds that our property taxes pay for. They go through the school. They come out not knowing how to read. They come out not knowing how to do like the basic functions. Remember back in the day, we used to use cursive. We used to have to write in cursive. That was a mandatory thing. It blew my mind that these kids do not have to write in cursive anymore. I'm wondering, was this a plot to dumb down America? To make it where you just plug into the matrix and you just make your monthly payments? You feed your energy back into the matrix.
Your landlord will evict you, and if you stop paying your property taxes, the government's going to take your house. So really, you're always renting from somebody. It's just a matter of, are you renting from the landlord or you're renting from the government?
Do you want that or that one?
I don't know if I want that other one. I just don't know if I want this one either.
So what do you want?
Maybe we keep looking.
Madam, this is not a volunteer activity. I'm not just volunteering. It's not a court appointment.
One more, and I'll make a decision.
No, I've showed you 10 already now. How many do you want to say? They all look. And so everything, the next possible one is between this one. So there's nothing new to be seen now. So if you don't think you like, I don't know, it's starting to look like, you know.
Yo, check out my man's flip-flops. Check out his shoes. Check out. He wearing a sports coat and a flip-flop. True African man now. Oh no. True African man now.
Decisive. So they see the ceilings are very high. The one we came from, the ceiling stopped here. I couldn't even, I'm not even that tall. I'm like 5'9". But my head was hitting the ceiling. That's the one you say you like. I don't understand how somebody, how old are you?
I'm 25, but...
How are you 25 and you want to own a short ceiling, white refrigerator house that was painted blue? Blue color. Who paints anything blue?
Blue is cute.
Let's be going. It's okay. I think you took enough videos.
It just seems like you're upset, and I don't...
No, I'm not upset. I'm just saying, I've showed you everything now. So
Y'all,
that's how realtors be like. If your realtor is going to show you 5-6 houses, love them. Especially if you under 500,000.
stuff, that escrow stuff that's been going around on this TikTok is real. So listen up, if you are a future homeowner, a current homeowner, or you're trying to get a construction on a new build, like this video is for you. Okay, so I purchased a home April 24th of 2024, okay? That is key. And I've been paying it on time, paying a little bit more than I have to because, you know, I want to get this mortgage knocked out. Long story short, why I go on my app to check my mortgage status just to kind of see where I'm at, because some told me to check it, and my mortgage went up $400. $400, like $400. All right, so I'm crashing out. Like, I'm so crashing out. Like, I literally called the mortgage company. I'm like, yo, boom, check it. What's going on? I'm not behind. I've been paying on time. Like, how does your mortgage for a fixed mortgage go up $400? Like, I need some explanation. Like, y'all got to tell me something. The lady goes and tell me, ma'am, you had a shortage in your escrow. You had, like, let's say $1,700, $1,800 for your escrow, but your property taxes was $3,600. Anyways, when y'all new to the mortgage world, this sounds like Spanish. Like, what does that mean? Like, I'm going back and forth with her, like, explain to me. Like, you can't tell me what the shortage is. Like, what is it? So we go back and forth. Like, we on the phone like an hour, 28 minutes, y'all. No lie, because to me, I'm not going to agree to something that I don't understand. Like, you got to, I don't care if you have to break it down to, like, baby terms. You got to explain it to me so I can understand. I want to be off that call like, okay, I get it. My call has been resolved. So, boom, check it. Next. So, at this point, she low-key don't really know too much of what she's talking about because she kind of put me on hold several times, talking to a supervisor, coming back on the phone. Then, finally, she mentioned that the amount that you owe is from the taxes, the property taxes on your property. You had about $1,800 for property taxes in your escrow, which escrow is like this
account that kind of holds your insurance fees and your property taxes fees. She said that I only had $1,800 in there, and when they got the paper from my tax assessor office, I owed $3,600 for the property. So when she said annual, something dawned on me. Like I said, ma'am, annual like the last 12 months, or annual, you just said annual because it's last year. She said the last 12 months. So now I'm like, okay, bet. I moved in there April 24 of 2024. I wasn't there 12 months. And the way she said it runs from October of the previous year to October of the current year. So, ma'am, I only need to be paying for May, June, July, August, September, October. October of last year up to April, I'm not responsible for that. Y'all not gonna get me for that. So then she was like, oh, well, ma'am, I seen this before. You need to get in contact with your tax assessor office. Well, there's two issues with that. Ma'am, if you've seen this before, we should have been on the phone for an hour and 28 minutes. You could have said, hey, maybe it's something to do with your tax assessor. You could have started that off 3 minutes into the call, but you didn't. So you really didn't know what you're talking about. But anyway.
You got to realize when you go up to the tax assessor's office, when you go to any of these public places that have to do with these taxes, very rarely do you meet somebody that's locked in that can actually help you the first time out the gate.
Boom, the next day, I call the tax assessor office. They say they don't do no prorations. The person who was supposed to do the proration would have been the closing office. You need to talk to the closing people. So I'm like, all right. So I'm back on the hunting trail. I call the closing people. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the tax assessor office said I should have gotten either like a refund check for the days that the previous owner/seller was responsible for the taxes, or I would have gotten a credit on my closing costs for the amount that he needed to pay for the time frame that it was under his name. All right, so boom, now I call the closing company. I call the closing company, and I'm trying to explain to the lady what the previous two people explained to me. First and foremost, let me tell you something. You guys going to have to advocate for yourselves because nobody else is going to do it. Me and this lady went back and forth for like almost 30 minutes. She kept saying that the amount that I'm supposed to be charged is accurate and that this, that, and the third, the cost is the cost. I offered to put her on the three-way with the tax assessor office because maybe I was not communicating it effectively. Maybe she wasn't getting what I was coming from. She was not picking up what I was putting down. I told the lady, hey, get the calculator out. We can go over the numbers. Numbers don't lie. She did not want to do any of that. She kept saying, they're going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you now. The amount is accurate. We gave you a credit of $131. First of all,
Lazy.
131 compared to $3,600
Just lazy. Lazy
$1,600 for the year. Baby, you didn't give me nothing. So we're gonna dispute that. So then after a while, she literally says, look, I'm not gonna go in circles with you. Like, the cost is the cost. I don't know what else you want to tell me. So at that point, I got frustrated. I got sister girl on her. I ain't finna lie. It's Black History Month. You saying the wrong thing. So I told her, let me speak to your supervisor. She said, I got several supervisors. I said, let me speak to all of them. Give me a list of all of their names and the contact information. That's when she's like, wait a minute. It looks like we got off the wrong foot, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, I told her, I said, ma'am, you got 59 minutes to figure this out because in 60 minutes, I will be up in that office. I guarantee you. Damn. Well, at that point, I called my husband because I'm letting him know what's going on. She called me within 20 minutes of being on the conversation, of being on the phone with my husband. Why she gonna say, ma'am, I just want to apologize. I sincerely want to apologize. Long story short, get this, y'all. Long story short, we charge you taxes based off of when it was a plot of land. So pretty much before my house was built on that land, they charged me the taxes on that land. The moment construction happened on that land, the tax was supposed to be appraised for the property of a structure on that land. So it went from $238 in property taxes a year for the land to $3,600 in property taxes a year for that land. So pretty much, homeboy, the seller, is responsible for 7 months. And I'm due a credit of over $2,000. But mind you, I would not have gotten to that position with her if I did not advocate for myself. So if you are building on a new land, a new construction on land, or if you just purchased new land, you need to call your let me save you the time. Call the lending closing company who did your paperwork and make sure that they're appraising taxes on the land that has a structure on it and not just the land. It will save you thousands of dollars and you will be getting a refund check like myself. They're working on giving that check. And you can go ahead and give it to the mortgage company so that you are not in a due for escrow. You're not in a negative for your escrow. Learn from their mistakes because I didn't make no mistake, but I did the due diligence to find out that there was an issue.
Hey, in real shit, my nigga, if you ever in life feel like you about to give up, bruh, Give up, nigga. Everybody can't make it, bro. Somebody gotta be left behind to tell the story, nigga. That might just be you. Play your motherfucking role, nigga. Play your role.
Hey, what she said about the taxes is on point. That's why I keep saying, if you buy these houses and they're about to be built, expect your tax bill to adjust. Doesn't matter. If you're in a neighborhood, you buy a townhouse, condo. If it's the first piece that's off of the block, if it's the first one in the subdivision, even if it's the 10th one in the subdivision, period. You got to remember, nobody lived in that place before, so they don't know how to tax it. They're only going to tax the raw land. You may get a lender, a loan officer that's good and she can aim and just get the number right. But quite often, you're going to find that.
Go away. Hey. Say. No. Hey. Hey.
Dang.
Stop. Enough. Hey. No.
Ooh.
No. Hey. Hey. Stop it. Stop. Stop. Enough. No. Hey. Hey. Stop. Stop it. Go away. Go. Enough. Hey. Bad. Bad. Hey. Stop. Enough. Get. Go. Go.
The hell?
Stop it.
First of all, lady, you running around here, you don't have any bear spray. You know you're in Canada. Where's this wilderness adventure? Yeah, Canada. You're in Canada, and you do not have any bear spray. You're out there in the woods.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come.
You must have been looking for content, lady. You must have been looking for content. You had to have been looking to videotape, record what was happening to you so you can get 1 million views when you put it online. That bear was going to rip the shit out of you. That bear was going to kill you. He was going to drag you and your dog. Your dog was going to try to bark and attack that bear. He was grab his head. He's going to grab his leg. He's going to rip him just like that. You're like, Fido got ripped to pieces. Then after he rips Fido, he coming after your ass. And what you going to do? You going to pull out the phone, try to blind him with the light on the phone? That's what you're going to do? You going to take your shoe off and throw it at him? That joker's standing up bigger than you and your husband stacked on top of you combined. Okay? And he probably stronger than both of y'all. He ain't got no stick. You ain't got nothing. And you walking through the woods of Canada, Ontario, Canada. And you know there's bears. Anyway, whatever, bro. See, common sense ain't common to some people. Anyway, whatever.
So I'm down here at City Hall, right? And I own this commercial building. It's 3 storefronts and 4 apartments. The whole time somebody bought the taxes on this property. Yes. So in Illinois, you got about a couple of years for the redemption period. Okay. But it's just a
damn. He said a couple of years in Illinois before the redemption process has ended. You got time. A couple of years.
Just a reminder, like, you don't necessarily never own nothing. And they just tax you for everything. So y'all taxing me on property taxes. I get my work check. Y'all taxing me on that. I go to the store after my work check to buy something at the store. I get taxed on that even more. And not to mention y'all tax me on my property. But y'all could take my property if I don't pay my taxes. That's crazy.
And for free. So you first want to look at the assessed value, and this is the market value of the home. You can find this online on your county's clerk website, and you're going to be protesting the value and not the actual tax amount. Then you want to gather your evidence. So check the county website for any errors, square footage, number one mistake they normally have. You're going to take pics of the condition, look at market data, anything to lower the assessed value. Then you'll file an appeal, and you'll file this with the county's tax office. They'll review your file with the evidence you provided and schedule a hearing.
Oh, hi. I'm Bailey Moreno.
What's up, Bailey?
I'm going to tell all of you in Atlanta why I should be your go-to realtor.
Realtor?
As a real estate agent in Atlanta, I am skilled at protecting my clients' best interests.
That sounds good, but do you have a navel piercing?
You recall hundreds of details at the drop of a hat.
Okay, you're obviously qualified to handle the most important financial transaction of my life. But what's going on in the market?
It's overpriced, sat for 18 days, and just had a price reduction yesterday.
I don't see no reductions.
And that's why you should choose me, Bailey Moreno, your future agent.
This is such a lovely house. I think I'll live here forever. I'm going to pass this on to my kids. Oh man, the American dream is alive and well. Everything breaks in this fucking house. I'm gonna put this piece of shit on the market and let some private equity firm deal with it. The American dream is dead. I hate it here. Oh, you just have to reset the router?
With an amazing kitchen, lots of cabinet space, crown molding, and also uniform of the mushrooms.
Fuck the garage. How much do you cost?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you need to leave.
What the fuck, man? Everybody's freaked out nowadays. You're the one doing a real estate thing half naked.
Why is it that friends and family will come to you, ask you for real estate advice, right? And then turn around and use another realtor. And then when something goes wrong, they come back to you wanting you to fix it. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time comprehending that thought process. So maybe somebody knows something that I don't know, but help me out.
Don't move to the suburbs if you don't know how to act.
I hate it. I hate it when I get friends and I get relatives that just run off. Now you're gonna say, Leon, you should be putting them on some drip campaign. You should be marketing to them. All those things are right. You're 100% right. I should be calling them, hey, dude, just checking to see how the baby's doing. How's everything going with that? Yo, you looking to buy or sell a house? You would hope that they would remember, especially when they see you posting content all over the place. So you always got some live stream. You're always talking some shit. You're always going viral on some shit. You figure that they would actually call you. Hell no, they won't.